What's going on, everyone? Before we start, let me make something crystal clear. This video is not about worshiping Donald Trump. It's not about politics, and it's not about claiming access to his private life. This is a pattern analysis. Men who practice semen retention or who naturally conserve their sexual energy tend to exhibit very specific traits: presence, fearlessness, dominance under pressure, resistance to shame, mission first behavior. And whether you love Trump or hate him, he displays these traits consistently and publicly. The goal of this video is simple: to show men what retained masculine energy looks like in the real world, so you can recognize it, cultivate it, and stop doubting its power. Foundational principle: retention is about energy, not moral posturing. Semen retention isn't about being a monk. It's about not hemorrhaging life force through compulsive pleasure. Across history, warriors, kings, prophets, builders all emphasize sexual discipline before great undertakings. Why? Because sexual energy is creative energy, and when it's not wasted, it expresses itself as confidence, aggression, clarity, courage, authority. Now let's break down why Trump embodies so many of these traits. Reason number one: he has an unmovable presence. One of the first things men notice on retention is this: people react to me differently, and I didn't do anything. Trump walks into a room and the room adjusts to him. He doesn't scan for approval. He doesn't soften his posture. He doesn't shrink his language. Retention restores masculine gravity. Men who constantly release seek comfort. Men who conserve radiate command. Reason number two: shame does not work on him. Modern society controls men through sexual shame. If they can make you feel embarrassed, guilty, exposed, needing forgiveness, they own you. Trump is nearly immune to this tactic. Why? Because men who aren't trapped in compulsive sexual guilt don't fold when attacked. Retention builds a man who says, "Say whatever you want. I know who I am." That psychological immunity is priceless. Reason number three: unusual stamina under constant attack. Trump has endured 24/7 media attacks, lawsuits, investigations, social ridicule, public pressure. Most men collapse under a fraction of that stress. Men on retention frequently report lower anxiety, faster emotional recovery, more nervous system stability. Sexual depletion weakens the nervous system. Retention fortifies it. Reason number four: extreme mission orientation. Retained men stop asking, "How do I feel?" and start asking, "What must be done?" Trump is relentlessly goal-driven: win the election, control the narrative, dominate the battlefield. Retention removes mental noise. No constant sexual fantasy, no dopamine chasing, no fragmentation, just mission. Reason number five: creative and symbolic dominance. Trump doesn't just speak, he brands reality. Think about it: nicknames, catchphrases, symbols, repetition. That's raw creative force. Sexual energy, when retained, converts into language power, imagination, narrative control. This is why so many retained men suddenly feel drawn to content creation, leadership, public expression. They're no longer drained. Reason number six: he does not seek female validation. One of the clearest signs of sexual discipline is this: a man does not orient his identity around woman's approval. Trump does not soften his views, change his posture, adjust his mission. Retention removes validation hunger. When men stop chasing pleasure, women and the world start chasing their attention. Reason number 7, comfort with polarization. Retained men understand if everyone likes you, you stand for nothing. Trump is completely comfortable being loved by millions, hated by millions. That's masculine polarity. Sexually depleted men crave acceptance. Retained men accept conflict. Reason number 8, speech, voice, and rhythm. Men on retention often report deeper voice, slower speech, fewer words, more impact. Trump's speech pattern is dominant, short, repetitive, assertive. He speaks to imprint, not to impress. That's not accidental. Reason number 9, he has never been publicly broken by sexual compulsion. In an age where leaders fall to addiction, careers end in scandal, sexual weakness destroys legacies, Trump has not been collapsed by compulsion. Retention isn't about perfection. It's about control. A man who controls his desires controls his destiny. Reason number 10, raw life force. Some men have it, some don't. Trump has life force. That vitality, love it or hate it, is what men feel returning after weeks and months of retention. Not numbness, not passivity, but fire. Counter argument and clarification. Let me be clear again. This video does not claim Trump practices semen retention intentionally. What it shows is this: men who conserve sexual energy, intentionally or naturally, move through the world differently. Trump is a case study in masculine energy expression, not a saint. What this means for you, if you're on nofap, if you're retaining, if you're rebuilding your discipline, stop doubting the power of what you're doing. Retention doesn't make you soft. It makes you dangerous in the right direction. Build presence, hold frame, stop leaking energy. This is how civilizations are built.